105 North Avenue 52.
Prepare to be fucked by the object of the law.
This isn't happening. Everyone look away, please. Nothing to see here.
You can't break those cuffs.
Take him away, Ty.
Welcome to Thought Cops, the only podcast where every week we police the mean streets of the internet because, hey, somebody's got to do it. And then we let you be the judge, the jury, and the executioner in the court of public opinion. Coming to you live from Neo Chicago, I am Officer Kevin.
I'm Officer Grant.
What's up, Grant?
Nothing. I just ate a really varied large dinner, and now I'm sort of a little bit docile. I hope I'm up to
You got the
performance
itis.
standards. I got the itis.
Oh, we do wish you well. All from here at the staff of Thought Cops, we wish you well. I know Zwick probably wishes you well. I want to speak for him. We hope you get
All
better
right.
soon.
Yeah, it's really just the three of us, really. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's give a great thank you to a guest from last week, Anime Serbia. Thank you, Serb. And let's give a warm welcome to a brand new member to the show. Hey, that's right. I'm talking about Wes Beach.
Oh,
What's
shit.
up, Wes Beach?
What's going on, guys?
How the hell are you?
I
Hello.
sincerely feel like I'm going to bring down the room's average IQ.
That is not true.
Good.
I've listened to a few of them. Everyone is up
So
on
it's
their...
our fault. It's our fault that we brought your IQ down, and now you're throwing it back in our face.
It was not met with any ill intent whatsoever. I'm just going to make a fool of myself in every way, shape, and form. So I'm
That's
going to
good.
make a tally every time I do, and I'll let you know how bad I fucked up at the end.
That'll
Should
be
turn-
fun. That's a little mini game for the show.
Yeah,
We'll
turn
find
it
out-
into a drinking game.
Yeah. For those at home, any errors we make on the show tonight, go ahead and do a little shot of Malort,
Yeah.
if you can find it.
My lord. Oh, in the Windy City, I haven't had that in quite a bit.
That's right, Wes. You and I met here at IO Theater in the Windy City, Chicago.
Right. IO Theater, and correct me if I'm wrong, it no longer exists. Is that right?
It no longer exists. Yeah,
Yeah.
we talked about that on the show a handful of months ago, whenever that happened. I think like year one of COVID.
Mhm.
And yeah, we had some fun there for the time it was around. But yeah, we both were doing some screenwriting classes and improv stuff like that. And you have since left Chicago, and you are now in the ATL.
That
Which
is true.
If you could let us know what that stands for.
ATL?
Yes.
Now, I don't know that it's an acronym. I can tell you what I think it stands for. It's just the city of Atlanta, Georgia specifically, in that hot, hot South. Whenever you live in Chicago, you dream of getting away to somewhere that doesn't make your skin hurt whenever you walk outside. And I've accomplished that dream. I love Chicago. I didn't love working at IO Chicago, that's for sure.
Yeah.
There's some dirty tricks going on there, I tell you.
I believe it.
I like it when my skin hurts when I go outside. I thrive off of it.
Thrive off the pain.
More powerful than you could possibly ever imagine.
Yeah, Wes, for the record, Grant likes to wear shorts around in the winter, and they make him, again, more powerful than you could ever imagine.
My power
Are you
level
one
is
of
so
the-
high.
Are you one of the guys that wears a hoodie and shorts all year
Yeah.
round?
Yeah, that's my uniform.
Okay, I had you.
And
pick
it's that's coming up soon, Grant. You got your shorts
Hey,
picked
it's
out?
already started.
Yeah, I bet you got a whole room, just all these shorts laid out, different colors, color
Well,
coded for days of the
actually-
week.
Actually, that is what my floor looks like right now. It's just a bunch of shorts laying on the ground. You
That's just
rotate them. Yeah. What do we? What the show? What's the?
Oh, right. Yeah, so Wes, you were telling me you told me off mic. Actually, this is we're like, oh, let's spin this tragedy into content. you were telling us that you did catch the deadly coronavirus, and you lived to tell the tale.
It is true. This is not a bit, but I sincerely was affected by it. I got it. I was in bed for about 2 weeks.
Yikes.
And I hated my fucking life. So, yeah. Believe the hype. Do believe the hype. It's miserable.
Where do you think you got this?
Well, I know for a fact where I got it. My girlfriend's roommate was like sniffly, and he was like, I can barely make it to bed. I was like, are you serious? You can't walk? I was like, did you hurt your ankle? He's like, no, I'm weak. So I put my arm around him and helped him to I thought I was being nice. I was being a fucking fool.
Never help people.
Never.
That's the lesson.
I mean, we learn these lessons, we get older. Don't help people. And that's the top of my list now. But everyone I pretty much knew got it because he was a bartender. So there's the tragedy.
Oh, boy. I mean, that pretty much speaks for itself. That sucks, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, it will not be sad in this podcast whenever we start talking about Quibi Halloween later, which I have noted for a specific reason. So it won't all be tears. Tears of laughter, perhaps.
I mean, I would expect no less from the Sandman himself. So that aside, Wes, what else have you been up to down in the, I'm just going to call it Atlanta. I don't feel comfortable saying ATL.
I don't like that nickname anyway, so we're on the same page.
Cool.
Well, as you've known me for, a few years, I make stupid comedy videos, so I've been doing that. Of course, as much as I possibly can when I can get out of bed. But another thing that a lot of people don't know about me that I thought I'd let you know on here is that I actually run a gigantic gaming YouTube channel, and I have for about a year now.
Oh, no shit. Huh. I did not know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that either.
I don't know if I really should say what it is, but I think I'm going to anyways.
Okay.
Because it's half embarrassing and half funny. So it is.
Well,
I will start off with
the show,
I'll start off with the impressive thing of it. There is 10.5 million subscribers to the channel.
Holy shit.
That's a lot, right?
Yeah.
The embarrassing part is that it is a almost exclusively a Fortnite gaming channel.
I mean, it sells,
You're not PewDiePie, are you?
I am Pewds. No, it's just called...
I knew that accent was completely fake.
I gotta throw you guys for a loop. No, it's one called BCC. It used to be Best Call of Duty Content, which I do make some Call of Duty videos as well. But yeah, it's kind of, life being the way it is pushed us into a Fortnite kind of existence, even though it's sort of dying, and Among Us and Among Others are getting popular as well. And
I wanted to talk a little bit about your YouTube channel, because you got a lot of really funny videos. I was showing Grant the 24-hour simp challenge.
That was very well done. Like, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. This should be good enough reason to go look up his YouTube channel and search the 24-hour Simpsons channel. 24-hour Simpsons challenge.
Well,
whatever.
Shit. Who cares? Yeah. But check it out. It's very good. It very, very well done. I did not know what direction it was going to go in, but it really yeah. I don't want to ruin the surprise.
I appreciate it. I kind of love the idea of coming off as this really corny, generic internet personality, which is, halfway who I am really in my real life, but taking things for a turn. Oh, don't put that on there.
Somebody went to trick-or-treating in Fortnite. Funny fails and WTF moments. Number 1,070.
Oh, my God.
So now you see.
Do you have to do all the dances? Do you have to memorize all the dances?
I would. No. I'm just going to leave that.
Do they test you on the dances?
That's something I'm not going to yes and ever.
Fair.
I'm pretty much just putting together compilations, and kids in the comments get really mad at me no matter what I do. So I've learned to live with it.
Oh, kids these days. Am I right, fellas?
The love I get in the comments for my comedy videos kind of outweighs the shit I get for BCC, so it's all good.
Well, it fuels the fire, so,
some kind
whatever
of fire,
you got to do.
Hey, speaking of fire, let's fuel the fire that's running this fire-operated podcast. We have a new video on our YouTube channel. I think I mentioned this last week. I'm going to say it again this week. We got a brand new episode of Re-Educationing. It's about the Minecraft offense. If you ever hear anybody say in Minecraft at the end of a sentence and you're wondering what's up, check out the video. You'll learn all you need to know and a whole lot more. And we've also been uploading a lot of highlight clips to our YouTube channel. So go ahead and search for us on YouTube, Thought Cops. We got all sorts of hits on there. It's been fun even isolating the clips from the old podcast episodes because it's a nice little trip down memory lane.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good ones.
Yeah, and I'm laughing when I'm doing it. You know, I'm laughing the whole way.
Yeah, and I said this in previous episodes, but the whole purpose of like doing a lot of these clips and the videos and stuff like that is so that we have some shareable content. So when you're sitting at your desk, well, in this scenario, if you're back in an office space, but when you're sitting somewhere and you're quietly laughing with headphones in, and someone's like, "What are you currently experiencing content wise?" and you're like, "Oh, Thought Cops," and they're like, "This is a 90-minute long podcast episode. I don't want to sit through this." Well, send them a 3-minute long re-educationing video or a 5-minute long video of me screaming about laptops.
So the next time somebody asks you what you're currently experiencing content-wise,
yeah,
show them a highlight clip. Get them hooked.
It's easier. It's quicker. Toss it on your Facebook. Share it on Reddit. Put it on 9gag, whatever that is. Share them around. It's good.
Oh, we're
Get
all
more
on
people
9gag.
involved.
We know what it is.
Yeah. Definitely. And speaking of content, we're also streaming on Twitch every Tuesday and Sunday night from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. We've been streaming Among Us because, well, you kind of have to. We're going up against the Queen, Grant. You know who I'm talking about?
Pass.
A.
Yeah, A.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
C.
She has entered the game of content creation, and I'm sorry, but when you enter the game, you become our enemy. So I know, Grant, you were streaming some Among Us with the Thought Cops Discord at the same time as AOC, and from what I understand, the ratings were just about neck and neck.
Yeah, she beat us out, but leave it to the government to take jobs from hardworking American citizens such as me.
Right. Well, I'm just telling everybody right now, let's make this right. Go ahead and give us a follow over at twitch.tv/thoughtcops. Also, I think it's been about a month since I last brought this up, because every month you get a free Twitch Prime subscription if you have your Amazon Prime account linked, and if you don't, it's free. So we get free money. Let's move right along to a very famous, very favorite, very frantic segment of the show called 2 Minutes of Hate, where we like to blanket punish all that annoying random crap that we see on the internet every single day. And if you're using the internet every single day, probably shouldn't be, but hey, that's what we're here for. So my 2 minutes of hate this week, actually this came from the Thought Cops Discord, and no offense to the wonderful folks in there, but we're having a very serious conversation in the Thought Cops Discord recently about mental health.
Oh yeah,
and I only bring this up because I've seen this before. Why go to therapy when there are cute animal videos? And I feel like I've always I'm looking at these videos of these puppies playing with a big soccer ball or something, and I'm like, yeah, this is it's not really fixing the problem.
Right.
So I see this a lot.
This doesn't make my job and my life suck any less than it does.
Yeah. Believe me, I like a video of a panda riding on a fucking bicycle with his best friend who is a parakeet just as much as the next guy, but it's not gonna fix the issues that are very deep seated within my soul.
Right.
Hey, why take a pill when you can watch a gopher and a Siamese cat high five each other?
Can you send me that panda one you were describing?
I'm actually currently filming that one.
Okay.
Yeah, they're out in the backyard currently in a cage, but it is coming, and I am intending to fix all this country's ills with this one video, because clearly nothing else has worked so far. So my punishment for that is let's see. I'm trying to think like a good okay. I'm gonna go with Cashew's suggestion here. Kill all the animals, which
but humans are animals.
That's right.
Oh fuck.
That's
right.
Certainly
a kind of solution. Yeah.
It
Final
is.
Solution,
yeah.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Death.
Well, that's
Final
rough.
Frontier. Yeah. Sorry, it kind of turned out like this, but
yeah.
I guess that's it. I mean, maybe the fact that that's the solution. Maybe this is more indicative of an even larger problem than you thought was even possible looming underneath the surface. Maybe these animal vids really don't do anything to get at that.
Hey, let me go on record and say I still like them. They're still fun. They just aren't really a great substitute. Wes, it is your time to shine, my friend. What do you have for us this week? 2 minutes of hate.
I want to get a little horny with it.
I hope so.
2 minutes of horny.
I expect no less.
Go.
I gotta give it up to Rudy Giuliani for his boner snafu. Ayo. People still falling for Borat-style pranks and then getting lit up online. Even if you're an old, decrepit man, I mean, that's really, really uncalled for. It gave us great meme content for a few days, but I can't imagine falling for something like that in the era that we're in, especially something as huge as Borat. Rudy Giuliani even said he knew who Borat was. It's like, come the fuck
Well, he
on,
was
dude.
yes-anding him. He's like, I know it's supposed to be funny, okay? So I guess I'll go to a hotel room with a, well, I guess I won't spoil the movie if you haven't seen the screenshots that have leaked, which apparently, according to the chat here, Cashew says it's available on Amazon Prime right now.
Yeah, it just came out. Same time as the debate. Not to make this not so evergreen.
Well, I mean... Every episode is just about the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
for
weird.
Punishment.
Sorry,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna add on to that. What you were saying is it's very weird. Like even what he did, Borat guy. I can't think of his name. Just Borat. Yeah. Borat did that one show where it was like "This Is America" or whatever it was called, or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
And he did all those interviews with all these politicians, and he'd just be like, "Yeah, I like having sex with minors," and they'd be like, "Oh yes, definitely me too." And then like he interviewed Bernie, and Bernie was just like, "What the fuck is what? Are you a real fucking human being? Are you asking me these questions? What are you fucking stupid?" It's just like, how do you get tricked into, like, what part of your brain has this machoistic tendency to like have to fucking prove yourself to a man in the most makeup you've ever seen on his face in your entire life?
That's a good point. The amount of makeup in person, what that's got to look like.
I mean, he looks like the fucking guys from Primus and that Winona's Big Brown Beaver.
Right.
Yeah, the big plasticky cowboy outfits. Like that's what he looks like, and he goes in and he's like, "Hey, say something really bad that'll get you fired from your job," and they just do.
They never need to be poked or prodded much. Never.
No.
So,
I did have a punishment. That's correct.
Go for it. Shoot.
I want Rudy to star in his own Borat-style film to release directly to Amazon Prime of him making jokes and going around the country. Can you imagine what that would look like?
Yeah,
and it's pretty terrible.
Wasn't there that video, like he did some kind of like stunt where he was in drag or something at one point?
What's that?
Didn't he do drag or something as some sort of public stunt, Giuliani?
That was for like a thing in some video of, like, I don't know if it was a public stunt or not, but yeah, he was in drag and Donald Trump shoved his face into Rudy's very fake breasts for some reason, and I don't know why they made that video.
I mean, they're getting started. Content creators in the making.
Yeah. Rudy, call into Thought Cops, I guess, or whatever. I don't want you on here. Yeah.
Rudy, explain yourself on Thought Cops.
Hey, it's worked before.
All right, my 2 minutes of hate this week is I feel like maybe I haven't brought this topic up before, but maybe I've talked around this topic, or it's certainly come up in some semblance or another. At the very least, we've complained about it, but like either terrible satire or terrible political comedy like hiding behind and deflecting criticism under the guise of it's just jokes when they're purposefully trying to make a point.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of examples for this, and I pick the thing that I have to use as an example is Babylon Bee, and I feel better about making fun of a publication than like an actual like individual person. It's a lot of people that do this, but they had a headline not too long ago that was like Amazon's new Lord of the Rings series to include bisexual, transgender, elf, and wheelchair, and it's just like very ham-fisted. It's like they didn't put any effort into that. And then according to former guest on the show Jeremy Kaplowitz, Babylon Bee isn't just awfully unfunny, but I think it's also the only publication that charges its own writers $10 a month to submit ideas. So like apparently within its Patreon or whatever membership programming.
Oh, hey, really quick, I don't mean to interrupt. Wes, I
Yeah.
don't think I gave you my Venmo. I didn't get the. All right, we'll figure this out later. But I
Right.
yeah, you owe me. You owe me.
Hit me up on AIM, and then I'll get you that info from you. Okay.
Okay, sorry about that, Grant. Continue.
Yeah, so they have their members Venmo them and then fucking like write all of their headlines for them, which is like just fucking stupid, you know.
Is there a payment if they get accepted, or they just pay to say, "Hey, look, I'm a published writer on this"?
Yeah, they probably just like vote on things or like offer suggestions, and then someone goes, "Oh, that's a good idea," and then probably doesn't even credit them.
I mean,
I don't know though. I didn't look. I didn't look into
man.
it too much.
I hate to say it, but it's like this is not exactly uncommon practice. I know, Wes, you've probably come across stuff like this in the past too, where it's like, yeah, well, you just do all this stuff for us, and then we'll let you do free stuff. And it's just like, yeah, I guess people are hungry enough, you know?
Right. I mean, there's certainly a large like pay to play aspect to a lot of fucking things, you know,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of things, comedy, music, really the arts in general are just like terrible when it comes to fucking people who are just trying to make a basic any money off of it, you know. But that's not my point. My point is like just the fucking the effort of putting that little effort into like, so someone probably wrote that headline, thought it was, you know, passable, or it was just some moron that was just like, oh, here would be a good headline, and they printed it and it's very bad. And people always like to defend that shit by just being like, well, it's just jokes. And it's like, but like the point, that can't be your defense, is that it's just jokes, because it's like, we make jokes on this show, but if someone were to push back on something I said, I would, yeah, sometimes. This isn't very funny right now, what I'm doing, but like, if I was trying to make a joke and someone was like giving me some pushback, I could at the very least sort of clarify what my point of view was. And if you don't think it's funny or whatever, like that's fine. But like with shit like this, I feel like there's certain things in certain videos where people do things and they're doing things to try and make a point, which is usually like, oh, look at how stupid this group of people is, or this person is, or whatever. And when you're like, I don't think that this is that great, people go, oh, well, it's just like, who cares what you think? It's just jokes. You just don't have to watch it. And it's like, yeah, but it's shitty. Like, it's bad, you know?
Yeah.
It's like the equivalent of like a little kid dropping some hate speech and then putting the troll face up and like, you mad?
Exactly.
That's not the point.
Yeah, it's like the evolution of that. And, you know, as a satirist and a comedian and
philosopher,
content creator, philosopher king, podcast host, it's hard for me to like criticize, you know, other people of the same, you know, sort of thing, because it's like, well, you know, we're all doing our best out here and we all have criticism, but it's like some people just don't take the fucking criticism, that it's like, yeah, this just isn't that funny, and it feels more agenda driven than anything else. And it's not that that's necessarily bad, but like, you know, when someone points that out, you can't just be like, oh, it's just jokes. It's like, well, that's just a shitty defense of your shitty joke.
Right. And it's like, if you're
know?
like we've said before on the show, where if you make a joke about something like this, there's a take to it. It's like, okay, what's the take? And it's like, oh, because I think these people are stupid. Okay, well then there it is, you know?
Right.
That's the point of the joke.
Yeah. Or even with, God, I brought in something similar, and then the punishment was like, you should have to do a joke in front of a real audience, you know, and make people fucking laugh or whatever. And it's like, It's the same thing because it's just like, man, if you say something or you do something like within a public sphere, if people don't respond to it and they're just like, yeah, like I get you're trying to make me laugh, but it didn't work and that's not funny. Like the number one thing that's going to make people think that you're funny is doubling down and saying, no, you're wrong. Is you're not enlightened to my viewpoint, is that actually I'm very funny and you just didn't understand my very well written Babylon Bee headline.
And that typically the audience does come around. They're like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, now that you're screaming at me, now I finally understand.
That's good. I like that.
No,
yeah.
It is funny now. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having that fucking breakdown. Yeah.
My only fear is them getting on stage and performing something like that is that they'll get groans and they'll take groans as encouragement. They're like, we just want any kind of reaction. You know, that's all we're really going for, which I've definitely seen happen.
My
before.
point. Yeah. God. Which is like fine itself sometimes, but sometimes, it does come off as very hacky, you know, like, I don't know.
Definitely.
Yeah, there's a lot of different angles to take this. And I'm also,
you're doing 5 minutes open mic night.
Right. Or you're not Andy Kaufman. You're like a shitty knockoff of The Onion, and The Onion, you know, has sort of gone downhill and you're even more downhill, you know. So I guess my punishment is I just do better jokes. Put some effort in. Stop charging people to do your work for you, you know.
It's got to be good.
That's it. Yeah. Got to be good. It's got to make me laugh. Me and only me.
Speaking of making Grant laugh, if you haven't listened to Thought Cops before, every week we investigate the internet's outrage-inducing news stories, and then we sentence each perpetrator to a cruel and often kind of unusual punishment. So where to begin? I'm looking at my plate of appetizers here. Like, ooh, that looks good. Oh, that looks good. I want to say this. Quibi is shutting down. Sorry to...
Is that how you pronounce that?
Quibi? I have no fucking idea.
I've never said it out loud.
Quibi.
Yeah.
Quibi is dead. It's gone, or it's dying. It's on its last breath. Sorry to anyone who had to find the news out this way.
It was only up for, 6 months?
Something like that. No, I know there was a lot of behind the scenes trouble. Again, like friend of the show, Jack Allison, has been posting about all this bad stuff about Quibi since like before it launched. And this is just something where like everybody was like, yeah, this is doomed to fail. Basically, it is a streaming service that you can only watch on your phone. And I believe all the videos are vertical.
No, I watched an entire video on this. The videos are not all only vertical, but they're shot so that they could be horizontal or vertical, so you can switch back and forth for some shows. And it's like you'll have a movie that's shot really, really like well for like, you know, like a big screen fucking release, and like it'll cut like 2/3 of the screen out so that you can like watch it vertical. Yeah.
So it's like you have
and it's like, why the fuck would you do that?
You have a wide shot of like 5 characters talking, and then you flip your phone one way and it orients to just being like cut back and forth between like every single sentence, if that even. I don't know.
It's like taking HD to standard definition to even worse than that. And they wonder why it failed, right? Didn't they get like over $1 billion for this? Yeah. 1.7 billion or something crazy like that?
Yeah. Look, it says here they launched on April 6th, which was well into the pandemic even, and they're already done.
Yeah.
God, yeah, this is just pretty much like I haven't seen anyone be like, oh man, that's a bummer.
Yeah, I don't know a single person that was like, oh, did you get the new Quibi? Yeah, like I don't know a single person.
I'm gonna go on record and say I too thought it was stupid. Because now you know what, we're not gonna get any content on it, so I say fuck it.
Brave.
Yeah, thank you.
Very brave. Very brave.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of these things are just fucking money-making schemes for, you know, these CEOs and fucking board of director people that are just like, well, we'll do this company, it'll tank, we'll fire a bunch of people, but I'll have, you know, $700 million more in my pocket, so who the fuck cares? Like,
the Katzenberg guy, the dude who is in charge of it, I'm pretty sure that he's one of the like 5 big companies that are getting all their money back from it. They're recouping everything.
Yep.
And it was like Goldman Sachs and them and somebody else too. So that, I wonder how that happened. You know, you kind of start to scratch your head.
Isn't the economy fun?
Yeah, speaking of that, it says that I guess they had like a 3-month free trial period, and they lost over 90% of the people who tried it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Some
God,
things
I
just
can't even
deserve to
imagine.
die.
Yeah. I can't even imagine that many people trying it in the first place.
I mean, it may have been like, 20 people and 2 people stuck around. We don't know the exact numbers here.
Right.
So yeah, sorry to say.
I wrote something down about Quibi. I wrote it
Some
says
final words.
4,300.
Let's all go around.
Here are my final words. $4,300 per sub is what they spent.
Oh, God.
And I also read that that dude, the Katzenberg guy, when he made his announcement, we're going to shut down soon, like December, he told everybody that they should listen to a song off the Trolls soundtrack.
Oh, right.
To cheer themselves up.
Oh, God.
And I think somebody posted that in your Discord,
by Anna
too.
Kendrick. Yeah.
That's just like absolute hell.
I don't know. I listened to the song. It was pretty good.
You don't have health insurance, but like, chin up, fella.
Was it the Pete Buttigieg high hopes?
Oh, my God.
I wish.
Get back up again. Might as well be, right?
Anna Kendrick, get back up again. I didn't even know Anna Kendrick did music. How about that?
I don't even know who Anna Kendrick is.
An actress.
Fair enough. There is
She's
a very
in the
like
singing.
neoliberal. What's that?
She was in that singing movie where they did the singing competitions.
Oh,
that could be literally anything. I'm realizing now.
Yeah, that's
Was
like
it
everything.
Step It Up or fucking Dance Off or something?
Keep guessing.
Sing it up.
Play it loud.
Keep going.
Trolls? Yeah, it was Trolls. Yes.
Trolls. Yeah. That's a-
Right.
It was with those little troll guys. What the fuck was it called?
Yeah, there's a very like neoliberal undercurrent to this though, which is just like, yeah, sorry you don't have healthcare anymore and you don't have a job and you're not making any money during like one of the world's largest pandemics, but listen to this song by a fucking pop star millionaire.
Oh God.
Wow, we're really going for depressing on this.
Yeah,
one,
that's kind of
Welcome
that's
to Thought Cops,
like
yeah.
it or not, that's just kind of what happens.
I got a punishment. Just take all of Jeffrey Katzenberg's money. Leave him nothing except for like a barrel and a pair of suspenders for him to walk around in.
Oh yeah.
Take his clothes, take his money, take his house, take his wife.
A top hat where the top portion of the hat is sort of like flapping. It's like just barely attached.
A pair of socks where the toes are sticking out.
A knapsack where it's a large stick and there's a polka dotted picnic blanket with a few of his closest
Right.
affects inside. Fuck him. I hope he dies.
He's got a Blu-ray copy of Trolls in that knapsack. I guaranteed.
Well, I hope he finds a Blu-ray player.
Speaking of people who don't need any more money, have you all seen this grave attack on gamer Americans
No.
in this country by
Oh my goodness.
by one of these big wigs? This guy Alex Hutchinson. Actually, hold on, I have the perfect thing. I was going to read this tweet, but someone better can read the tweet for me. I'm going to put this in the chat.
Okay.
Just to prep this up, wait, did he change his fucking... He changed his fucking bio. Holy shit. Okay, well, this might be a new development. So this guy, I guess, was a creative director at, like, the Google Stadia, whatever the fuck that thing is. And he was tweeting about, like, streamers and streaming video games or whatever. And we have this what show is this? Yu-Gi-Oh? Someone did a voice of a Yu-Gi-Oh character reading this tweet, and this is the actual tweet that he put out that everyone's so angry about.
The real truth is, streamers should be paying the developers and publishers of the games they stream. They should be buying a license like any real business and paying for the content they use.
That was good. That was a really good Seto Kaiba impression. Basically, yeah, this guy sounds like a fucking anime villain.
Yeah, more or less. So that tweet was in response to the first one, which is streamers worried about getting their content pulled because they use music they didn't pay for, should be more worried about the fact that they're streaming games they didn't pay for as well. It's all gone as soon as publishers decide to enforce it. And then that tweet that you just heard him read. A lot of people are pissed off about this.
So he's sort of suggesting a Babylon Bee kind of situation where basically pay to play.
Yeah. Exactly.
What a dark timeline.
Seriously. I mean, this guy, he got ratioed hard.
Real hard. He got ratioed real hard right in the ass.
And Google, what was it that is he in charge of?
The Google Stadia. Do you guys know what the Google Stadia is?
Truly
It's
don't
like
know.
I believe it is a home console of some kind, but it's really underdeveloped.
Yeah,
and just has so many issues. Like pretty much all the comments are like, "Yeah, nobody's buying the Stadia, my dude."
And it's pretty mumuch like the Quibi, but for Google and for video games. I guess.
Finally.
Well, and I mean, so there's a certain point to this, which is technically, these game developers and stuff like that do have the right to enforce their licenses, but like they don't. And it's not because of like fair use or anything like that, because you are streaming something that you don't have you didn't purchase a license or whatever. But like, there's so many different things to unpack with that, which is one, video game companies allow for gamers to stream their games because they know that they're going to make more money, because like look at Among Us, for instance, has become huge because of the amount of people that are streaming it. Like, if it wasn't for people streaming it, I would have never played it.
It boils down to its promotion, right? And it shows you how much fun that the streamers, the heroes of certain kids, these streamers.
You, basically.
PewDiePie. Yeah.
You were a hero to these kids, Wes.
And they say that a hero can save us.
That was for you, man.
Nickelback.
Yeah, it's for you.
This one goes out to Wes.
Woo! That's me.
That was Jack Nickelback, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Dude's got some great hair.
Yeah. And some great pipes.
That's secondary, but yeah.
And a huge dick.
I don't know. He was married to Avril Lavigne.
Which one? That's a little reference to a conspiracy theory that some folks are. But anyway, Grant, what's the punishment here?
Well, I wanted to read another one of his tweets.
There's more.
Because then he did the doubling down thing of like, actually, all of you that just ratioed me just proved my point, which is he said, amazing to me that people are upset at something that the creators of content should be allowed to make some of the money from other people using their content for profit, which is just like, Kevin, we have a stream, we have 3 people that watch me losing my mind trying to play Super 64 Mario and shit like that. We're not making that much money off of it.
No.
The whole concept of like, you're going to charge us because content makers aren't making enough money. It's like, how many video game studios go down all the time because bigger companies like Nintendo or like Google or any of these fucking companies like don't pay their workers enough money, and then a smaller studio folds? Like, is this really the problem?
This guy's misguided, okay? He's got some issues.
Well, he certainly does, because Stadia creative director says, oh, wait, hold on. No, different. Well, he certainly does, because apparently, quote, the recent tweets by Alex Hutchinson, creative director at the Montreal studio of Stadia Games and Entertainment, do not reflect those of Stadia, YouTube, or Google, says this article by, I guess, Typhoon magazine or whatever the fuck. And then he's changed his fucking Twitter bio. It said creative director at Stadia Google.
Some of the screenshots and the replies did screenshot his original bio.
He changed
it was
something,
creative director at Google Stadia before.
So he seems to be in some hot water with his job that he's suggesting this, from the standpoint of being a director at this company, and the company's like, hey, this is not what we think. Why are you saying this, pal, bud, champ?
Oh, yeah, I mean, you read the tweet. They're saying we're not going to get the Stadia.
We should stick that. Like, they're like the attack dog of the internet. Like, anytime we got
that guy got
some real
beat
trouble,
down.
be like, "What's that, champ? Is that a problem, chief?"
Oh God, just nails on a chalkboard. So yeah, I got a good punishment. This guy has to pay Google to keep doing his job.
I say that's a great idea.
No.
I mean,
$10 per day, or
yeah, that feels about right.
Let me see here. Which one do you want to go to next, Grant?
I don't know. Anybody have a? I did quite the diatribe on that. Fucking.
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
guy.
I got one. So we are not recording in the same room this week. If you couldn't tell, we are
Right.
we're in our battle stations and we're in our separate pods for this week. We'll be back again soon. And I know we mentioned this term on the show before, shadowballing, which is if you are on a Zoom call or a conference call of some kind, that's when you're beating it off.
Oh, yeah.
Getting a little bit.
You're getting horny with it too,
you better believe I'm getting some spunk in my hands when we're discussing the business at hand. So Jeffrey Toobin, an employee for the New Yorker, I think he might have been a writer for the New Yorker, was suspended for basically shadowballing. He was jerking off during a Zoom call. Why is it always guys with names like this? Anthony Weiner,
Toobin.
Jeffrey Toobin.
Because he's got his hand on his tube. Is that the joke?
Yes.
All right.
They're just jokes, okay, Grant?
You
They
mad?
are, yes, yeah.
Sorry, everybody. Grant's triggered. See, he was suspended for jerking off, and the internet has been talking about it all week. Isn't that crazy? Non-stop, folks. Let me just Google the story. So basically, now he's in a bit of legal trouble. Apparently, he might be in trouble for what is basically sexual harassment. Now, listen, I wasn't on the call. I didn't see what happened, but I think that somebody might have got a peek at Toobin's tube. And his one of the best parts of this is
that is the best part.
So the best part of this is different outlets have been reporting on this, and some of them have been coming to his defense by saying things like, American society has a collective unease with masturbation.
Oh no.
Yeah. This is like a feminist issue. Like, women shouldn't have to wear bras, and like these people are like, Jeffrey Toobin can jerk off on a conference call. What's the big deal?
I mean, God, there's so many, just as with every story, there's so many different angles to go at this from.
Real quick, though, I want to read
like,
this one more quote. It says, we Americans love to talk about sex, but there's one topic that remains taboo, and Toobin is paying the price for it. According to a 2016 survey, 95% of men and 81% of women in America have masturbated. Yeah.
Great.
So,
what is the percentage that have done it in their office?
Right, on a conference call. I would have to imagine it's something less than 0.01.
Well, was he in an office or was he at home on like a Zoom call?
I think it was a Zoom call. It says they're blaming quarantine. Quarantine is hard sometimes. Right. You got to rub one off on.
See, and that's where all this shit just gets sort of mucked up. Is like, one, like nobody wants to see your fucking dick. Okay, nobody, not even your wife, probably. Nobody wants to fucking.
Well,
see
there's
your
a problem,
tube,
Grant.
Mr.
He's not
Put
validated.
That away.
I'm sure that's in here somewhere. There's another quote says, "Oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead."
Well, I was just going to say, like, the whole idea of, like, all these newspapers saying that this is some sort of civil rights issue is, like, ridiculous. It's just, like, you came to this one guy's defense because he's, like, a powerful person within your sphere, and you don't want to get in trouble for doing the same thing, and it's just reinforcing, like, disgusting shit. I'll also give, like, the benefit of the doubt, though, that, like, this was probably just, like, an accident that, like, as far as I know, the whole idea of, like, this being a sexual harassment thing is it's like, well, if he's not doing it at people on purpose, like it's not great, but it is sort of like a weird sort of moral gray area where it's like, I don't know, he got caught on accident in between conference calls or something like that. Like, I don't really care all that much, but it's hilarious. So
there are so many good quotes in this article. One says, you're going to tell me that you've never taken a quick 3 minutes midday to crank your hog, to mash your meat, to butter your own muffin? There's so little joy left in our own lives. And we not at least owe the time to toot our own horns? I mean, maybe not on an active Zoom call where your video is still on. Time and place, I suppose. And yeah, some people do say, they said it was an inevitability because people are working at home or living in their office, that it's possible their colleagues could witness them at their most primal.
I don't know. I mean, it's a new normal for everybody, And you got all these boomers that don't understand technology in the first place. And I get it to a certain extent. Like, there's been a couple of these instances where someone was, like, not wearing pants and they stood up to go to the bathroom and then, everybody saw your dick or what. And it's just like, yeah, like, we all have to adjust to the fact that we're all, like, working and eating and fucking jerking off and going to the bathroom all in the same room at all points during the day. We're all stuck in this fucking shit. It sucks. But, like, yeah, I don't nobody wants to see Toobin's tube, you know?
I'm saying that, man. I mean, I'm half expecting like this to go to court and Jeffrey Toobin's lawyer to be like, ladies and gentlemen of the court, how many of y'all like sex? Yeah.
Woo!
Your Honor?
Case dismissed.
Anyway, do we have a pun?
I
Wes,
can
you got a
go
punishment
ahead.
for this one? I feel like you've been chomping at the bit here to get this guy's hog out of the news.
I don't have I have to add something on to it very
Absolutely,
quickly because of something else that I saw happen. The Fort Bragg Army Base Twitter account
Oh, hell yeah.
was posting some thirst tweets like without switching. And it was like, it said, "Don't I love to get my nose tickled by those pubes of yours?" Something along those lines. I know it's not the same thing, but it reminded me of it, and I had to interject with.
You know, I think somebody in the Discord did post that as well, and they were like, "How that was you?"
I did,
or no? But somebody responded
Yeah.
and said, "Like, how long till Kevin or Grant accidentally responded to something on Twitter with the Thought Cops account like this?"
I mean, it's not like we're an army, but I think that they took their Twitter account like down completely. I don't know if
They
it's
just
back up
changed
or
the
not.
Abby
but-
to just a black square.
I know they said they were
Punished.
hacked at first, and then they're like, "Okay, we weren't."
Come
hacked."
on, yeah.
You all know what happened.
Has Toobin used
So
that
this
yet?
is-
That defense? Yeah, I was hacked. That looks like you, man.
I don't think so because he pointed
Yeah.
the camera right at his penis. Apparently,
That is definitely your dick.
But this is good marketing for this lady, Quinn Finnet, which is like infinite, but
Oh.
Quinn. So
Quinfinite.
you spell it out, you'll be able to find it right away. And it's your boner's POV, and it's a shirtless lady looking down and sort of soy facing. And then Fort Bragg at FT Bragg NC says, "My faces, then my boners, then my faces again before I come up to give you a deep long kiss."
Awesome.
Yeah. And then there was another one. I didn't screenshot that one, but they took it down. So I don't, it's a limited time span for some of these things. So
Damn it, we don't have the actual pubic hair one, huh?
no, I mean, you can probably find it. It was one of the responses right underneath. And it's just like, man, do you not? I mean, if you got to have some sort of fail safe with one of these things, you know, like if you're the social media manager of this fucking base, like, you know, you log into your professional Twitter on your laptop or on your desktop on your fucking computer, and then you keep your private Twitter like on your phone. You don't do the whole double login shit. You just do the one or the other. What are you thinking? What are you doing?
Or you could live that 2-phone lifestyle: business phone, pleasure
Yeah.
phone.
Business dick, pleasure dick.
Exactly. Just like don't. Yeah.
You know, one for the office. Yeah.
That's the business
Wears a little
dick.
tie, of course.
hmm
This is sorry everybody. You saw my personal dick. My business dick is what I use to fucking harass women with at work.
I just imagine it's like Breaking Bad where he has to like snap the dick in half when he's done using it.
A
Jesus.
Better Call Saul
Yeah, he's
penis
got a whole
situation.
drawer of them. You want a loner? Just hands you a dick. Anyway,
The
Jesse,
one use
we need to
penis.
jerk. Sorry, I stomped on your
No, I
your
was-
bit. Repeat that. I want to hear it again.
I was done.
No, not you, Wes.
Whatever it was, it's already forgotten. I'm a very stupid
Aw,
person.
man. I goofed.
You done goofed.
You changed.
That's one hash mark for
Oh,
Grant.
boy.
Okay, got it.
How many we had so far,
Fuck.
Wes? I hate to ask.
Well, I was only counting myself. I have 3 for me, and then my phone cut out like twice too. So we're gonna go with
I was
the
going to
even
say yeah,
5.
that 5 sounds fair.
If you're playing along at home, make sure you've had 5 drinks
Yeah.
so far.
Malort is optional.
It's recommended, you know, for a unique, genuine experience.
Do you guys have a lot of Chicago listeners, or you've explained Malort enough times where they know exactly?
Basically
what
the
you're
latter,
talking
yeah.
Kind of both.
about?
Yeah.
Little of both. We got, yeah.
I mean, when the fuck are they going to sponsor us, though? Seriously.
I don't know. I mean, they seem to be upping their business with the whole, they're selling the hand sanitizer now. They have Jepson's bourbon.
I don't like that.
They're doing all these fucking. They have Malort Spritzer. They're really branching out.
And where does that leave us? We could be
us up,
doing all
Malort.
kinds of crazy stuff for them, you know?
Yeah.
Speaking of crazy stuff, though, Jeffrey Toobin, I say we put him in one of those little chastity cages, you know? Those little cages that go in your tube.
I've never seen one, and I've never thought to even Google one.
Go ahead and Google it, Grant, right now.
I know of which you speak.
What goes on your tube?
Cage. Yes, a small cage, like a chastity belt.
Oh, I do know what you're talking about.
Do you think that that's what Billy Corgan was talking about?
I think so, yeah. I would be angry, too.
Despite all my rage. He's hitting those high notes. He's like, I can't get erect. Despite all my rage.
There we go.
You know what? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree that Billy Corgan cannot get erect. That's all I was going to say.
If there's anything I want anyone to take from this episode, it's that Billy Corgan can no longer get erect.
His penis probably looks like what his face looks like right now. It's just sort of like slowly melting.
Sad.
Melancholy. Speaking of things that aren't so melancholy of sadness, let's go along to our key to the city, which is something cool, something nice, something swell that we saw this week. My key to the city this week goes to the Asylum. I know last episode with Anime Serbia, we talked about Sharknado for a little bit. And the company that made Sharknado has made a number of really, really bad movies. And I'm talking really bad. All these sci-fi original movies. And I was looking back at the catalog recently because I was thinking about it. And I was remembering me and a couple friends back in college, we used to, this is like before Sharknado, we used to just get drunk and like download an Asylum movie and watch it. And it was just like such a fun time. We'd just be like laughing and stuff. And I just want to go over some of the hits from Asylum's filmography. Mega Piranha, Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus, Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus, Airplane versus Volcano. Hold on, gets better. Transmorphers, Titanic 2, Snakes on a Train, Atlantic Rim, Sherlock Holmes, just Sherlock Holmes, I guess, and many, many more. If you've gone to Blockbuster before, you've probably seen these. They're movies that are basically made with a very, very low budget with the pure intent of an older person watching them or buying them on accident or getting them as a gift for a grandchild. Your kids are asking for Pirates of the Caribbean. They're going to get Pirates with an exclamation mark. The box art is nearly the same. So yeah, my key to the city this week goes to The Asylum, creator of many great sci-fi original movies and blockbuster ripoffs.
Have you seen majority of those?
I had seen a good chunk of them. We mostly sought out the original content, like not as much of the ripoff stuff, but I very vividly remember a scene from Airplane versus Volcano. I don't want to call it a fight scene, but it was basically like, just imagine the worst possible CGI you can imagine of a volcano shooting lava at a plane with people inside screaming.
Yeah, you got to imagine the volcanoes at a pretty big advantage.
Incredible shit. I'm serious.
Now, did the plane have like rockets to attack the volcano, or did it just happened to have the versus title?
I think that it was more of a rescue mission of some kind. I'm actually going to look up the synopsis to the film right now. Let me just. Yeah.
I've heard of Joe versus the volcano. That's a Tom Hanks picture.
Yeah, I don't believe he would touch anything from this company.
No, that's not.
Let me see here. Just when a commercial airliner is trapped with a ring of erupting volcanoes, the passengers and crew must find a way to survive without landing. But when the relentless onslaught of lava and ash causes fear and distrust among those on board, it isn't just the volcanoes that are life-threatening. Everyone must learn to work together if they are to survive their epic flight of fire.
Wow.
If that doesn't get you acting up, I don't know what will.
Whoa. Where can you get these?
Blockbuster Video,
you
yeah.
said?
Go check.
Okay.
I think they have them. If you just go to blockbuster.com, I think you can just. I'm just kidding. I don't know if that's real.
Yeah,
yep,
or
here it is.
Just pirate them because I don't think they're available anywhere else. So it's a good
Probably
time.
not.
I recommend it. Get some friends together, have some drinks. Yeah. You can watch them over Discord, screen share. You know, it's a good time. But Wes, what did you have for us this week? Something good. A key to the city.
I have a couple things here. One of them I really want your guys' opinion on if this is actually a key to the city or not.
Happy to offer.
We all know about the Snyder Cut, right?
Oh,
Jared Leto is back as the Joker in the Snyder Cut.
I thank you for bringing that up. I meant to put that in the doc. Actually, I think, Grant, you might have put it on here.
Yeah. I put it as a main news story, but
Yes.
it's a good thing we got to it anyway.
Jared Leto's back as the Joker, baby.
Oh yeah, Mr. Damage.
Oh my
himself.
god! Oh boy. So yeah, he is. I was kind of surprised because as far as I understood, the Snyder cut was just a different director's cut of a movie that was released 2 to 3 years ago, and people are getting cast in it still.
What I'm wondering is if it's stuff off the cutting room floor of Suicide Squad, or maybe they felt bad about what they did to Jared Leto, like having him barely be in the movies. He's supposed to be in like an hour of Suicide Squad, and he was in like 15 minutes, right? Maybe it's some kind of redemption arc for him, which is, look, everybody deserves a second chance. And this is the guy who really blew it in my eyes for that last one. I'm not a huge fan of the DC movies anyways, but God, that was not a great performance. I feel like second chances are worth being celebrated. Maybe he redeems himself.
Wes, I'm right there with you, man. I say let's give him the key to the city. Let's and don't blow it. We're basically fucking putting our careers on the line right now for this guy.
I'd take it all back if he had any input on the design of that character and the tattoos or anything. I'd take everything.
We don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I remember the day that got revealed, and they were like, "Oh, that's not the real one. We're actually workshopping it. That leaked." And then it was like, "Yeah, the movie came out, and that was it." Yeah, he's got a smiley face tattoo on his hand.
That's my favorite aspect of that is the smiley face tattoo on the hand. So when he holds his hand up, it looks like he's laughing.
I mean, you got to admit that is fucking twisted.
It's good.
Twisted, man. Can you imagine
get a
that?
tattoo like that? It's insane.
Oh wow.
What do you got for us? Oh.
And his hair was green too.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Twisted.
Yeah, also extremely. He's a clown who's evil. All right, I've seen enough.
He's got a grill.
Oh, the grill. God, yeah. Hey, let's check out the Snyder cut. You know, I'm sure that's gonna be right for content for us. We'll have to watch it for Fire Bros.
I mean, I'm sure as fucking like cringy as some of this shit is, like you could have made it work, and you just chose not to. You know, that's
Hollywood, baby.
That's Hollywood.
I could envision that working really well, and him being, you know, sort of like I don't know.
I mean, I'm definitely really surprised
cares?
about it because
It's not even
Joker came out with Joaquin Phoenix and was a huge hit.
Well, and everyone was surprised that Joker would come out like in the wake of Suicide Squad coming out and bombing, you know, and now it's like the exact reverse of that.
Well, it should be interesting if nothing else.
Yeah. Speaking of interesting, my key to the city this week goes out to, hold on a second. What the fucking, I don't know if that's being picked up or not.
I don't hear anything.
It's these people that drive through my fucking neighborhood and they're just blasting this fucking music from their fucking cars. That's the one good thing about the winter is you don't hear this fucking shit because everyone's windows are closed.
Yeah. No, I don't hear anything.
All right. Oh God, no! Now he's right in front of Phillies. God damn it!
Good.
Okay, I'm gonna power through it. It's throwing me off though. What did I say? Speaking of whatever.
Speaking of interesting,
Zwick, just do your magic with this. Speaking of blank, whatever I said before, my key to the city this week goes to Run the Jewels and Eric Andre that did a hour-long sort of like get out the vote whatever video. You know those like telethon videos where it's like you turn on PBS and there's the people in the background taking phone calls and there's the host that's like, hey, we need this many people to sign up for our fucking whatever the fuck. But it's for voting, and it was hosted by Eric Andre, and Run the Jewels did their entire album live, and it was fucking phenomenal. Like, I think their best live performance I've ever seen on YouTube at all, and they did all of the songs off Run the Jewels 4. If you search Holy Kalama Vote and spell it the best you can, or just, search any of the words I just said, you'll be able to find it. And I woke up very hungover on Sunday afternoon and watched it like 2 or 3 times because it was great. And everybody else should watch it.
Yeah, I saw some clips on Twitter. It looked really cool.
Yeah, it was like really, really well shot, really well produced. And their performance was like fucking great.
And you said Eric Andre too, right?
Yeah, he hosted it.
Oh, okay.
The in-between segments.
This week's Thought Cop's word of the week is Quibi. I'm not talking about the service. I'm talking about the unit of time or the unit of measurement. A Quibi is Fuck, my brain just died. A Quibi is a word for a 10-minute piece of content that runs on the now defunct streaming service Quibi. Quibi, it means quick bites. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Quick bites.
I've already forgotten it.
In one ear, out the other. Good riddance. Rest in fucking piss.
What kind of app will replace it within the week?
I'm sure there's something. God, honest, fuck. Did you guys see that they are, you know how every year on Thanksgiving they play the Charlie Brown Christmas special? They're not doing
They don't do the
No, they're not doing
one?
it. It's they're playing it on Apple TV only. You can only stream it on Apple TV. It's not playing on regular TV because of that. Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
They're stealing peanuts?
That's right. IONet Earner says, I've never watched the Peanuts.
It's weird because I feel like there's a lot of intersectionality between Peanuts and Garfield, and he's very into Garfield. Yeah.
I'm a big Garfield fan myself.
You got to talk to this guy. He does a
daily podcast.
What?
He does the daily Garfcast.
Oh, wow.
Spread
That's real deal.
Yeah, just reads the newest Garfield cartoon and laughs silently to himself.
He says, you
about it.
can
It's
watch
great.
those, the Garfield Halloween special.
Huh.
Maybe,
Well, maybe I will.
Whatever's
Fuck you,
available
Peanuts.
to me. I don't have Apple TV. But before we get to our final segment of the show, which is our listener voicemails, Wes, go ahead and plug everything out, man. Social media, YouTube, streams, everything.
Yeah, you can definitely check me out on my YouTube channel. It's just Wes Beach. I usually update there once a week, and I'm going to put up something that makes you uncomfortable by the halfway point that you're watching it. That's pretty much what my MO is. You can check me out on Twitter. It's just Wes Beach. Everything's Wes Beach. Type it in, see what you like. You'll probably like about half of it.
That's a pretty good ratio.
Yeah, half of it is good.
We're looking to get 20%.
Hey, we're trying experimental stuff here.
So if you want to go ahead and leave us a voicemail of your own, give us a call, 312-788-7361. Or you can always send us an audio file to thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. Let's listen.
This is the Discord news for this week.
A new emoji was added this week. Yosef now has as many emojis about him than Kevin and Grant combined. While this might be alienating to new users, I don't care.
The unimaginable happened this week as Starlet Alpha and Sleep Science seemingly argued about MovieBob while simultaneously agreeing with each other. No one seemed to notice because who honestly has the time to read that much text?
In #outrage, Starlit Alpha continued to complain about stuff nobody even knew was a problem or cared about.
The Discord played popular betrayal game Among Us this week. Discord user Solidus Grant, aka Dramatically Red, is too good and therefore should always be voted off first.
Posting screenshots from popular movies with added subtitles that somehow work in the title of the movie is the official Discord news meme of the week.
Several members of the server had a discussion about the decline of Sam Hyde and compared him to Jordan Peterson in regards to how young men see them as a father figure. Many of the people involved expressed great disappointment in Sam, almost like they would in a father figure.
In #FireBros, Sleep Science requested that Grant and Kevin review his dick and balls. This led to a long, serious conversation about the stretchability of men's scrotums, and Sleep Science revealing some personal information, followed up by his declaration of being the most knowledgeable person about dicks in the server. We look forward to Grant and Kevin's review of Sleep Science's dick and balls.
It's not going to happen.
Hong Kong Cartoons, the anime topic channel, Son of Emhek, posted Gundams. This week's Discord news has been presented to you by the most doxed man on the server and Bone Skull Deadrunner.
Beautiful work. Beautiful work. That was the best one so far.
They're all the best
especially
ones so far. They get better and better.
And you know what's going to be better? Next week.
I do love the meme of the week. The meme that they described, that's one of my favorites. It's definitely.
Ooh, we got some trouble here. IO Netrunner says that the most doxed man on the server cut his best bit. Ooh, boy.
Oh, no. You're going to have to send that in. We have to hear it. We have to hear the deleted bit. I need to know.
Hey, Thought Cops, IO Netrunner here, and this week my 2 minutes of hate are people who use a soundboard when you're playing a game online with them. I don't know if they think it's funny or what, but considering the soundboard is at the same volume as everybody else, you can't hear anybody over it.
Right.
And, oh, wow, you're using fucking stock sounds that everybody's heard. Yeah, dude, it's real hilarious. All right, keep doing what you're doing, guys. Bye-bye.
Bum bum bum.
What's the story there?
We were playing Among Us, and you put out the call. You're like, hey, who else wants to play? Jump into Discord. And some guy had a soundboard, and some people thought it was funny, and some people thought it wasn't funny. Most of the time, it's not too bad for me, but it's like, yeah, when you can't fucking hear what people are saying.
It's not great. It's not great at all.
It's not great.
Controversy.
A lot of controversy this week.
I mean, I think the person that used the soundboard probably doesn't even listen to Thought Cops. So
hey, I want to go on record and say fuck them. Yeah, brave, I know. All right, well, that just about does it. If you guys want to leave your own voicemail, like I said, give us a call, 312-788-7361, or you can send us an audio file at thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. Wes, thanks so much for coming on the show. I'm glad we could finally get you on.
I'm so happy you had me on here, fellas.
Come back on anytime.
I learned a lot about life, about myself.
That's
and I thank you for
brought that up, Wes. What are we at total at the end of the episode here? How many tallies?
Well, my phone went out a couple more times. I dropped my water on the ground. My headphones fell off. Scorching hot, but I won't put that as a tally against me. I will give it an 8. 8 fuck ups on my part.
For anyone listening at home, playing along, if you need to catch up, do some shots, go ahead and do those right now. If you haven't started, take 8 shots of Malort now. Pouring out for our good friend Wes for coming on the show and having a great time. Thanks everybody for listening.
Yeah, buddy.
Catch you on the other side next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.